Guyana, a little bit about Guyana and how the culture is. And it just made me to want to ask you that when you first came into America in 1984, thereabout. By the way, that was when I was born. So, it's a long time ago. So when you came, I wonder how America was then compared to what you experienced in Guyana before you came in. The music, the videos, the culture. Did you experience any cultural shock, and which of the cultural shock would you like to tell us about?
The biggest cultural shock was to see a woman smoke.
Ooh,
The biggest cultural shock was to see a woman smoke. In Guyana, even a guy doesn't smoke. He hides in smoke. And after he smokes a cigarette, he will chew mint, he will chew bubble gum, anything to get that smell away before he go home.
wow,
So that was the biggest cultural shock.
wow, 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 wow.
In terms of anything else, I was an avid reader. Can you tell?
Yes, of course. Clearly.
I was an avid reader, and growing up in Guyana, you hear about a third world country. Let me paint a little picture for you, for those of you who are from a third world experience but born in America. We would have one book, and all your friends in the village would line up and put your name on a list to read that one book. So I used to read American books. Sidney Sheldon, Other Side of Midnight, Carpetbagger, 79 Park Avenue. From the British side, there was Alistair MacLean, Guns of Navarone, Where Eagles Dare, Ken Foley, Eye of the Needle. There were so many others. Louis L'Amour, the Westerns. We used to read those. So a lot of the settings, whether it's the American Midwest or the American West or the urban cities, New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, Dallas, we already read about these in books. We had no idea what these artifacts, literary artifacts, were referred to, but we knew about them and we knew that they existed somewhere. When I came to New York, I would read a street sign and go, I knew about that. Oh, I know Park Avenue. I've heard of Madison Avenue. I really haven't. It was just memories coming back from all these books. So for me to assimilate into North American life was very easy. And because I was an avid reader, and this was before internet again, internet only came about available to the public in 1996. I would buy a book, a map book, Rand McNally, and I would read the map. So I'll find my house on the map. I will find my location, and then I would look all other directions and follow and follow and follow. And then I became geographically aware. Then when I would drive somewhere, instead of taking the highway, I'll take the local route and follow the map just to develop that awareness. So my culture shock was not that much, except for the fact that when I saw a woman smoke, I was like, wow, this
Wow.
I'm not sure if this was freedom or rebellion.
Excuse me. So it feels like the cultural shock also changed over time, because we're talking about around 1984, which was almost around the time that I was born.
Right.
And of recent, when I had family and I went to Miami Beach with my family, I did not just see just smoking. I saw people actually walking naked on the beach there, and that's something that coming from African country whereby it's really conserved. It was something I had to like. I had to touch people who are from America and call them. Is this normal? Is this what you guys do here? And they was, oh yeah, it's normal. It's people on the beach, they just enjoy themselves. It's it's
You
one of
know,
the
here's an interesting thing. Did you grow up in Africa?
yeah, 30 years of my life. 30.
Okay. What's the temperature like?
Oh, the temperature is almost like just like Florida. Sunny, very warm.
Right.
Yeah.
And growing up in Africa, you were more aware of the desert environment and desert situation.
Yes.
Have you ever seen the people in the desert wear bikinis because the place is hot?
No.
So that's not an excuse, right?
It's no. That's my point. That's what I'm saying. That's my own cultural shock. Up to today, I still have it. The image in my head. It still messes with
That
my head.
one of the hottest places in is the deserts of Saudi Arabia. But you see them in full headgear, head to toe, because the science is if you wear breathable clothes, you keep the heat out and allow the air in. And you wear light colored clothes to reflect heat. But when you take it all off, then you go spend the rest of your life buying skincare products and anti-cancerous medication. But you did that to yourself.
Yeah.
So I found that very interesting too.
Wow. Wow.